This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's get straight to it and check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John. How's it going over there?
Good morning. Well, thank you. We're starting to see the winds begin to shift over the state of Florida as Irma approaches and a trough of low pressure sinks south. They'll shift from what was yesterday a more easterly direction, shifting to westerly direction with the sea breeze in the afternoon to a more northeasterly direction. And we'll probably see the winds pick up just a little bit, becoming breezy in the later afternoon. On open waters coming in between 10 and 15 later in the afternoon. A good day for boaters to finish their preparations. A clearly defined eye wall north of Hispaniola. Irma's new forecast track as of this morning remains little changed. We still have some scattered showers in the forecast for today, about a 30% chance of that. And as we head into the weekend, we'll be watching very carefully for that turn to the north, which will occur and determine in large part exactly which parts of Florida may or may not get a hit directly from the eye of the storm, or hopefully whether that eye stays offshore. We'll have a complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you so much, John. We will check in with you shortly. Taking a look at traffic, I-75 showing clear on our maps. We are getting reports that there is some backup throughout that area. Looks like State Road 70 seeing some slowdowns as well. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road seeing some congestion in Sarasota County, as well as 41 south and northbound. Looks like Business 41 pretty quiet if you're heading throughout South County this morning at 6:02. Topping our news this hour, Hurricane Irma is making its way through the Caribbean with its eye on the Sunshine State. The storm has already slammed parts of the Caribbean, ravaging towns and taking lives, all while Florida residents brace for the strongest Atlantic hurricane on record. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more from Miami.
Hurricane Irma slamming Puerto Rico and the northern Caribbean. Nearly every building damaged on the island of Barbuda when the eye of the storm rolled through Wednesday. About 60% of the island's people left homeless. Heavy rain hammering Puerto Rico. Now nearly 1 million people left without power and more than 1,000 in shelters, even though the eye of the storm stayed offshore. Back here on the mainland, Floridians are nailing down their evacuation plans.
Never had a Cat 5, never experienced it, and it's just scary.
Or getting ready to hunker down and weather the Category 5 storm. Most store shelves are bare as people try to stock up on supplies. There are traffic jams on the highways, and here's another common sight in southern Florida. Lines of cars stretching into the street as drivers try to gas up their vehicles.
Gas is running out everywhere right now, so I'm just a little too late trying to get it, I guess.
People here are bracing themselves for what could be one of the worst storms in Florida history.
This is serious, and we cannot take chances. It is life-threatening. This is not a storm you can sit and wait through.
Here in Miami, mandatory evacuations are already beginning in certain areas. And to make that process faster, drivers don't have to pay any interstate tolls. Florida Governor Rick Scott says even though we're at least 48 hours away from that dangerous and powerful storm hitting this area, everyone should take it seriously now. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Miami.
As the entire state of Florida gets ready for whatever Irma brings our way, south of the Suncoast in Fort Myers, some homeowners are already putting up shutters to cover their windows. People are also planning ahead in Broward County. One Costco location had long lines of people waiting to get inside. The Broward County Sheriff is glad everyone is thinking ahead of the storm.
Broward County, today is a day where we pray for the best, but we prepare for the worst.
Just a resident of Miami-Dade County, I want to speak first to say a lot of this focus about that little red dot on the track is the wrong focus. This is a massive storm. So even if you don't get hit...
Well, Miami-Dade County resident, as you see, and State Senator Marco Rubio also encouraging all Floridians to prepare for the worst-case scenario. In Key West International Airport is now closed this morning as Hurricane Irma approaches the island chain. The airport is closing because of the TSA's security temporarily ceasing the screening of passengers. The final flight out of the Keys is set for around 6 o'clock, or was last night at 6 o'clock for Atlanta. All commercial flights are canceled until further notice. And American Airlines has now canceled more than 2,000 flights due to Hurricane Irma. Operations are scheduled to wind down across South Florida in the coming days. Cancellations will go into effect for Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, and Orlando throughout the weekend. Other locations near the coast are still being monitored by the airline. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department wants citizens to reconsider travel if they plan on heading to Cuba, Haiti, or the Dominican Republic. The department is warning that the storm could bring life-threatening flash floods, mudslides, and storm surge to those areas. The department says it has authorized the voluntary departure of U.S. government employees and their family members from those countries due to the hurricane. Florida Senators Marco Rubio and Bill Nelson are calling on Senate leaders to include additional funding for Hurricane Irma and a disaster aid package for Harvey. The House passed the $785 billion aid package specifically for Hurricane Harvey yesterday, but adding funding for Irma would include costs that FEMA might have to handle if this powerful hurricane hits Florida hard enough. The senators hope Congress will approve the request and prepare for the worst. Plus, in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, the National Guard is continuing to deliver supplies to the hardest hit areas. And since Texas has such a big cattle industry, teams are also doing what they can to help the cows, flying helicopters to scan flooded areas for livestock. Now, it's still too early to calculate Harvey's total impact on local livestock, but state officials say there are at least 1.2 million cows that graze in those affected counties. National Guardsmen say they heard from ranchers that cattle were still stranded and in need of food.
Requests came down from some local ranchers that the cows had been underwater for a couple of weeks, basically standing in water and obviously nothing to eat.
More missions to help livestock are planned where water, food, and medication will be dropped off to the hardest hit areas. And NFL player J.J. Watt's Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund has now topped $20 million. The Houston Texans defensive end started raising money for storm victims last week. His initial goal of $200,000 has far surpassed within hours of him initially setting that up. Nearly 190,000 donors have contributed to the cause on the crowdfunding site youcaring.com. The latest total, $28.4 million. The site also shows contributions from big names like Walmart, Ellen DeGeneres, and The Tonight Show. Back here on the Suncoast, local blood banks are also in need of donations. The Suncoast Blood Bank has been asking people to donate blood and platelets to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey. It's now asking for even more donations since Floridians may soon be in a similar situation with Irma. The blood bank says it needs at least 300 donors to give blood before it stopped collecting on Friday.
So if you're eligible to donate, especially O negative, that's a universal donor type, please come out to one of our locations. We're adding blood drives as we speak.
The blood bank says patients in the hospital fighting cancer or blood disorders will still require transfusions and blood products throughout the storm. To track their blood mobile locations, you can go to their website at scbb.org. And Sarasota County is asking residents to reduce water use to ease pressure on lift stations once the rain comes. Lift stations are used to pump sewage out, and they can flood if too much water is being used. You can do your part by not running your dishwasher or washing machine and turning off the tap when you brush your teeth. While preparing you and your families for Hurricane Irma's arrival, make sure to keep your pets in mind. The American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals has great tips on keeping pets safe during a disaster. If you evacuate, take your pets with you and make sure you're going to a pet-friendly shelter. Never leave your pets behind or tie them to poles or trees. This prevents them from escaping high waters and getting to safe areas. Also, make sure all pets are wearing ID tags with up-to-date contact information, and create a portable pet emergency kit with items including medical records, water bowls, pet food, and your pet's medications. Choose a designated caregiver, such as a friend or relative who can take care of your pet in the event that you're unable to. The ASPCA mobile app allows pet owners to store crucial pet records needed for boarding pets at evacuation shelters. It also includes a disaster preparedness checklist, so you'll want to make sure you check that out. And happening today in preparation for Hurricane Irma, the Animal Rescue Coalition in Sarasota will offer vaccines and microchips for local pets. Every vaccine or microchip will cost $10 each, and the coalition is only accepting cash or credit card payments. That event runs from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6320 Tower Lane in Sarasota. In Manatee County, the Humane Society will be accepting walk-ins from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at their 14th Street West location in Bradenton. The cost is also $10 for each rabies vaccine or microchip, so be sure to get your pets taken care of before the storm hits. And remember, ABC 7's First Alert Storm Team has everything you need to be ready for a storm. We have information about shelters, supply kits, and how to prepare your home in our hour-long special Surviving a Hurricane, which will air tonight this afternoon at 4 p.m. It's available anytime on our other platforms, including Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. You can also check out the First Alert Weather 2017 Hurricane Guide on our website, mysuncoast.com. Just click on the Weather tab and then Hurricane Guide. Definitely something you want to check out if you have yet to do so.
Did you get all your hurricane supplies together?
Oh, yeah.
Good to
I
go?
am ready to go. It's all packed in my car, so when I have to come here to the station, I am good to go.
Awesome. I still have a few. I want to pick up a few fresh vegetables and things like that. And
That
some
is a
fresh
good point.
fruit. And, you know, I probably wait as late as I can for that. But if there's any left.
I know. Things are flying off the shelves left and right.
Yeah, they really are. Busy parking lots at the grocery stores.
Oh, yeah.
We are looking at a forecast that includes some increasing wind speeds. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, still ahead, the latest in your First Alert traffic. And Suncoast Emergency Management Centers are preparing to make sure everyone stays safe during Hurricane Irma. We'll tell you what county officials are doing ahead of the storm when we come back. But first, more coverage of Hurricane Irma. Here's a live look from the Caravella Hotel and Casino in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we continue to watch this trough of low pressure sink southward and stall out over North Florida. That will in large part determine when Irma starts to make that northward turn, because eventually this weekend that frontal boundary is going to wash away. As it washes away, high pressure will build in. And then around the periphery of that high pressure ridge, Irma will start to track north. Sun cloud makes better rain chances. Winds pick up on Saturday. We'll talk about that in a second. So Irma still a very formidable Category 5 storm moving just to the north of Hispaniola. Hispaniola has some high mountain ranges, 10,000-foot mountain ranges, and it is possible you could see a little bit of disruption to the circulation of this storm. But it will soon reemerge out over warm waters with little shear, and it is a forecast to continue as a major hurricane, possibly Category 5 hurricane, right up till it gets to very close to Cuba. Then it will make a hard right-hand turn. Now, there's still a good model spread, and the entire state of Florida is covered by different model runs of hurricane forecast tracks. So we are still within that cone without a doubt, and it is still possible we could see a West Coast storm. But the emphasis of these tracks has shifted and continues to shift slightly to the east. Still, because there is some low confidence in that long-term forecast, the Hurricane Center has not shifted the official forecast track all that much. It still carries it toward the north of Cuba, and then Saturday starts to hook it to the north Saturday into Sunday morning. Now, the big question is where that north motion starts to occur. Does it occur over here? In which case, that storm stays offshore of the state of Florida. Does it occur over here? In which case, west coast of Florida is in trouble. So, people have been asking me about storm surge with this system and just how high the storm surge will be along our coastline. It is just too early to tell. It depends on where the track of that storm takes, and the National Hurricane Center is not even going to run their storm surge models for us until we get to a hurricane watch and warning. So we still have plenty of time to watch this system and see where it goes. The further east it goes, obviously the less problem we'll have. If it's on the east coast, we're not going to have a storm surge problem on our coast at all. The east coast will. If it, of course, is closer to the west coast, why, the barrier islands would be washed over. So we have to wait and see exactly where it starts to make that north turn. That said, it is a big, expansive storm, and we will see some increase in wind speeds. Right now, hurricane-force winds have a low probability of occurring with the track that is forecast as of 5 a.m. this morning. If that track changes, these forecasts change. But only about a 20% chance of hurricane-force winds. Now, tropical storm-force winds in the vicinity of 40 miles an hour to 50 miles an hour have a high probability of occurring, high enough probability at about 60 to 70%, and probably the onset of those winds will occur Saturday night. At least there's a 1 in 10 chance that that will happen, and so all preparations that you might want to engage in, such as if you do wish to shutter your house, or are you finishing picking up lawn furniture and stuff like that, all of that should be finished by Saturday, especially by Saturday evening. So keep that in the back of your mind as you make your think about making your preparations over the next several days. Forecast for us today, it's a nice day, although the winds will be picking up later in the afternoon just a little bit, becoming breezy, and tomorrow breezier still. Winds will significantly pick up on Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday are our storm days. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at First Alert traffic, 301 heading northbound, seeing some slowdowns, as well as State Road 70 heading towards the interstate. As we head into I-75 into Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on 41, Bee Ridge, Clark Road, and Fruitville, seeing some congestion as well in certain parts of the area. And northbound of Venice, heading on Business 41, seeing some more cars on the roadway at 619 on your Thursday morning. Here on the Suncoast, emergency management centers are taking precautions to make sure everyone stays safe during Hurricane Irma. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo has more on how both Manatee and Sarasota County EOCs are trying to anticipate what kind of problems the storm will bring to the Suncoast.
Manatee County pushing forward and bracing for Irma. EOC Chief Sherilyn Burris says if you do have the means to evacuate, do so.
We are facing a very interesting scenario with the majority of Florida's peninsula being impacted by winds or storm surge or both. So not only are we evacuating, but all of our neighbors to the south are as well.
In Sarasota County, Emergency Management Chief Ed McCrane says they're monitoring the storm closely, staying in close contact with the National Weather Service.
As it continues to move to the east, we're seeing less and less of that threat in our area. So that's one of the reasons we're still monitoring. It's one of the reasons we haven't called for any evacuations yet. We're prepared to do all those things. We've looked at worst case, best case scenario.
Also saying they could expect to feel effects from the hurricane as early as Friday, with storm conditions that can get worse at any time.
The storms go through life cycles as they're traveling through the Caribbean or the Atlantic, and we don't know what the storm is going to be when it makes landfall or if it regenerates even more powerful when it goes into Carolina. We just have to watch it. It's definitely something that we haven't seen in 12 years.
Sheriff Tom Knight reassuring county residents that his deputies are ready to go and urges the public to do the same.
To be patient and don't panic, remain calm, and use your best judgment, but be prepared.
But the key for both counties at this point is helping those who can't help themselves.
In the state of Florida, nursing homes, assisted living facilities, hospitals, and any residential healthcare facility is required by state law to have a plan.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Hurricane Irma is causing a sky-high scare for some in South Florida. We'll tell you how construction crews are getting ready for the record-breaking storm when we come back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599. 800-570-7599.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Just a reminder, you can send us any pictures or video you would like here to Good Morning Suncoast. John and I have been constantly updating our Facebook and Twitter pages with information that you guys need to know in regards to Hurricane Irma. Make sure you check that out. Also send us some pictures of what you guys are seeing, how you're preparing, and what your plans are moving forward with the storm coming towards Florida. Welcome back. It is 6:25 this morning, and as a Hurricane Irma barrels toward Florida, a major question is booming across the state. Can construction equipment handle 185-mile-per-hour winds? ABC's Tom Lamas has details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Hurricane Irma causing a sky-high scare for some in South Florida. In downtown Miami, a combination of condo canyons and massive construction cranes leading to new warnings. Hurricane Andrew in 1992 and Hurricane Wilma in 2005 led to stricter building codes, including in some cases mandating impact-resistant windows.
3, 2, 1, fire.
This demonstration shows how impact glass can stop a projectile in its tracks. The other major concern in South Florida, those massive cranes. The Lozano family lives on the 44th floor of a high-rise right next door to one of those cranes.
They just heard that we might have to worry about the cranes.
And we'll have full team coverage of Hurricane Irma coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Tom Yamas, ABC News, Miami.
Discover card. Hey, what can you tell me about your new Social Security alerts? Oh, we'll alert you if we find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky sites, so you'll be in the know. Ooh, sushi. Ugh, being in the know is a good thing.
Sign up online for free. Discover Social Security alerts.
Make her day with just one touch. Introducing Fancy Feast Creamy Delights with just the right touch of real milk. Easily digestible, it makes your favorite entrees even more delightful. New Fancy Feast Creamy Delights. Love is in the details.
My sweetheart's gone, sayonara. This scarf, all that's left to remember.
What? She washed this like a month ago.
The long-lasting scent of Gain, now available in matching scents across your entire laundry routine.
Patrick woke up with back pain, but he has work to do, so he took a leave. If he'd taken Tylenol, he'd be stopping for more pills right now. Only Aleve has the strength to stop tough pain for up to 12 hours with just one pill. Aleve, all day strong.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve. Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Florida bracing for whatever Irma brings our way, how homeowners are getting hurricane ready. Plus, many people are finding local stores out of the things they need to prepare, what the stores are saying about the shortage of supplies, and the online retailer stepping up to help. And phone companies are trying to help storm victims. We'll tell you how several big names plan to assist those affected by Hurricane Irma. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Beautiful shot over the horizon of Sarasota this morning. Looks pretty peaceful out there as of right now, but let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi for a look at your current forecast. Hey, John.
Yeah, I've heard so many people say you look out at our beautiful skies here on the Suncoast and you'd hardly believe that we have 3 hurricanes in the Gulf and Atlantic Basin. I'm only talking about one of them today, and that's Irma. It's the only one that might have an impact on us, but the other 2 you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and find information there. We are watching, of course, Irma's very well-defined eye move just to the north of Hispaniola. It does look like the strongest of the winds should remain offshore of that tiny island. However, it does have some high mountain peaks, so perhaps that will disrupt things. There are no watches or warnings up for the state of Florida, though I should imagine that some form of a hurricane watch or warning will be issued later this morning for parts of the state. We are looking at a forecast track that has changed very little, and I'll give you those details coming up in a minute.
All right, thank you, John. We will check back in with you here soon. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, you can see some slowdowns sporadically across the area. I-75 looking okay on our maps as we head into Sarasota County. There are some slowdowns on Bee Ridge and Clark Road that are causing some congestion, as well as 41 heading north and south. And in South County, looks like there are some slowdowns on Business 41 heading throughout South Venice. 6:33 on your Thursday. Topping our news this half hour, mandatory evacuations underway in the Florida Keys and the parts of Miami-Dade County. As ABC7's Rick Adams tells us, northbound traffic on I-75 was very slow throughout the day yesterday as many people hit the roads trying to avoid Hurricane Irma.
I-75 heading north was jam-packed with a lot of traffic on Wednesday and a lot of folks who are evacuating ahead of Hurricane Irma. For Bonita Springs resident Tara Callis, she's heading to Alabama because she wants to make sure she and her family remain safe through all this, but she still has some concerns about evacuating.
It's scary because you don't know what you're going to come back to if you come back to anything.
This hurricane is especially nerve-wracking for Jennifer Linder and her family. She just moved to Naples from New York back in July. They're heading north to the Atlanta area to stay clear of Irma.
I would rather watch what happens on TV than be stuck in the middle of the hurricane.
Some Suncoast residents decided the traffic was too much and opted to stay off of I-75 northbound altogether.
I almost got on it, and then I last minute avoided it because it was stop and go. I could see from about a half mile away how crowded and slow it was.
Another problem evacuees are encountering is not having any gas to pump. This is an issue up and down a lot of the I-75 corridor. A lot of folks who are evacuating or who live here were forced to just sit in their cars for hours, waiting for another shipment of gas to arrive.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that gas stations would run out of gas, and I just pulled into here earlier today expecting there to be gas, and all the stations were just, you know, all the pumps were closed, which was really surprising.
On I-75 in Sarasota County, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
And those planning on leaving the state to get out of Irma's way won't have to worry about paying any tolls. Governor Rick Scott has suspended tolls across the entire state of Florida He hopes this will help people better prepare for the storm, get hurricane supplies, and quickly evacuate when necessary. And in Manatee County, officials say the Fort Hamer Bridge will temporarily open this Friday to help with traffic related to Hurricane Irma. The span gives drivers another way to cross the Manatee River in the quickly congested areas east of I-75. The bridge was not scheduled to open to traffic until later this month. Well, it will be a short week for students across the Suncoast as school districts are taking precautions ahead of the storm. Schools will be closed in Manatee and Sarasota counties on Friday. Manatee County will be using 24 of those closed schools as potential shelters. Charlotte County also closing its schools, but one day earlier on Thursday. And for college students, the Ringling College of Art and Design has canceled classes until further notice. New College of Florida has also canceled classes today, Friday, and Monday. The University of South Florida, including the Sarasota Manatee campus, will be closed today through Sunday. And the State College of Florida also closing today through Monday. Now, we will keep you posted on any updates here on ABC7 and our website at mysuncoast.com. Happening today, Manatee County offices will close at noon and remain closed throughout the weekend. Manatee County commissioners declared a local state of emergency yesterday ahead of any potential impacts of Irma. Government employees will be transitioning to their emergency response duties in advance of the storm. No evacuations have been ordered as of right now, but some people living in low-lying areas could be asked to evacuate soon. And as people prepare for Hurricane Irma, many are out shopping for crucial supplies, but they're finding local stores are out of the items they need. Suncoast Home Depots have had a hard time keeping plywood in stock because so many are trying to board up their home. We even met one woman who waited at the Northport Home Depot as early as 4 a.m. to get a generator. Home Depot says all supplies are running low right now.
Our biggest items that they're looking for currently are generators, the plywood, Tapcons. Those are the items, and water that folks are coming in for the most looking for that we're trying to get to our customers.
Home Depot says they are working hard to refresh their supplies, but just as quickly as they get out, or as they get more, they are out again. And it was a similar issue in Sarasota County yesterday for those trying to get sandbags. A dump truck accidentally lifted its bed into power lines, breaking a power pole in Englewood, forcing that sandbag location to shut down completely until the pole could be fixed. Elsewhere around the county, people were finding a shortage of bags and not enough sand to fill them. And in Venice, people were limited to just 10 sandbags per person.
I normally don't prepare, but this one's a little scarier for me, so I decided to get sandbags and protect my front door.
For the most part, large crowds were calm and working together, helping each other put sand in those bags. And with most stores experiencing long lines for hurricane supplies, you may have some more luck buying items online. Amazon.com has paired up with the Red Cross to help online shoppers prepare for storms. Through the website, you can create an evacuation plan, buy emergency kit supplies, including non-perishable items, first aid kits, and backpack power sources.
Actually, that might be an option. I might have to look on there now that you brought it up to my attention.
There have been reports of price gouging on Amazon. Some items may not be available for long as well, but instead of waiting in line at the grocery store, you can simply refresh your computer screen. Amazon Prime typically ships to members in 2 days, so remember to allow yourself some time to get a hold of those products. And phone companies trying to help those already impacted by the storm. Both T-Mobile and AT&T will offer free calls, texts, and data to all customers in affected areas of Puerto Rico. T-Mobile's offer also extends to Metro PCS customers, and Cricket Wireless will be providing customers free calls to the Dominican Republic and Haiti starting today and running through the end of the weekend. There's no word yet on if these offers will extend to Florida coverage areas here in the coming days. And just a reminder, Sarasota and Manatee County residents can still sign up to receive code red alerts to their cell phones. The system issues calls, texts, and emails that warn people about everything from a boil water notice to a tornado warning. You can register your cell phone for code red alerts online at the Sarasota and Manatee County websites. Definitely something you want to keep in mind, not just now during a hurricane, but even for simple things that we have problems here on the Suncoast.
Absolutely.
Simple as a boil water notice.
It's a good service, and absolutely should be doing that. We have across the region some changing weather, of course, coming up. Just how much it will change is still in question. You know, it all depends. Really, I think Saturday night we'll all be glued to the television sets, and I know the weather department will be glued to our computers, finding out exactly when the beginnings of that northward motion of Irma begins to take place. That's critical.
Well, I know we have a lot of people extending their appreciation to you guys, working really hard over there in the Weather Center.
Oh, please. Everybody's doing such a great job. We'll talk all about the forecast coming up in a few.
All right, still ahead, your first alert traffic, and a new study is giving coffee lovers a reason to celebrate. We'll tell you how coffee could help you live longer. But first, more coverage of Hurricane Irma. Here's a live look from the Caravel Hotel and Casino in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
76 degrees, the current air temperature, dew point the same, 100% relative humidity, calm winds out there. It's a beautiful start to the morning with a trough of low pressure located just over the state of Florida. We have an increased risk of a few scattered showers around today, nothing really strong or heavy. And of course, we watch Irma now moving north of Hispaniola, being moved by this ridge of high pressure. Eventually, the extent of this high-pressure ridge gets weakened by this trough of low pressure and allows for a weakness that'll carry Irma to the north. When that happens, exactly when that starts to happen, critical to our forecast and something we'll be watching carefully as the system gets closer to the state of Florida by Saturday night. We'll watch this trough of low pressure continue to bring us chances of rain for the next several days, but minor chances for the most part, 30, 40%. So still plenty of good weather in order to get out there and finish those final preparations. Winds will start to pick up a little bit later on this afternoon, though. So for boaters, you want to finish those boat preparations and tie that boat up or haul it out today. Get that done. And then tomorrow, we can concentrate on other things. So sun cloud makes better rain chances. Winds picking up Saturday. Talk about that in just a second. Irma, with a well-defined eye wall, still a formidable storm, has decreased slightly in wind speed. during the overnight. Now 180 mile an hour wind instead of 185. That doesn't really make any difference at all. It's a Category 5 formidable storm, and it's moving to the west. Now it is possibly going to interact with some of those 10,000-foot mountains on Hispaniola, and perhaps that will interrupt the circulation a little bit, but it will be moving in very warm waters, low shear waters, and is likely to remain a major hurricane as it takes this course. Computer models well centered on a westward motion or a north-northwestward motion over the next couple of days. Then Saturday night, it's going to start making a turn to the north. These computer models are all started out with slightly different initial conditions, snapshots of what the weather is like at the moment the models are put into motion. The computers are clicked on and turned on, and we watch where the tracks take us. So when you change the motions initially just a little bit, change whether how strong the hurricane is, how big the high pressure ridge is, how deep the trough is, you get different solutions at the end. And so the confidence is still a little weak when you get out in time, because you know the complications of the forecast become multiplied as you go through time. So there's still a chance that we could see a West Coast storm. Do not think that we are out of the woods on that one. We have the best possibility at this point. The computer models are becoming into better agreement on moving this storm further to the east. But still, the National Forecast Center's track is pretty much unchanged, despite the fact that the models have nudged a little bit further to the east, because there's still a chance that we could see some stronger winds around here. But the cone is narrowing, and it is shifting east a little bit over the last 24 hours. So that's good news. Again, Saturday night, critical for us. I want to bring to your attention this forecast graphic in terms of winds. Tropical storm force winds around here. There'll be a 1 in 10 chance that you'll have tropical storm force winds Saturday after evening at about 8 p.m. 1 in 10, which means you probably won't have tropical storm force winds at that time. That is the time when you can safely assume that all preparations should be finished. By Sunday morning, the chance of tropical storm force winds are 50-50. And through the period into Monday, the chance of a 40 to 50 mile an hour sustained wind for our area is coming in at about 70%. So that's the way things are shaping up right now. Rainfall, heaviest of the rainfall on the forecast track currently will be on the other coast. There they could see in excess of 4 to 8 inch rainfalls. For us, more like a 2 to 4 inch rainfall. Of course, that track changes. This forecast changes, so we wait and we watch. The next several days, nice, and then as we head into Saturday, we start to see winds picking up a little bit. Sunday morning, the winds significantly pick up, and then Sunday evening into Monday will be our storm days. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at first alert traffic on your Thursday. Looks like there are some slowdowns on State Road 70 heading east and westbound. Also, as you head into downtown Bradenton, as we head into Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on 41 heading south, and on Clark, Bee Ridge, and Fruitville Road. Taking a look in South County, pretty quiet, just your normal morning commute problems throughout that area. In this hour's Health Smart, there's a new reason for coffee lovers to rejoice this morning. I love this story. Adults who drank 4 cups of coffee a day had a 64% lower risk of death compared to those who rarely or never drink a cup of joe. During a new 10-year Spanish study, the link between coffee and reduced mortality risk was strongest for people over 45. The study authors say that there are compounds in coffee known to fight inflammation, which is a common contributor to age-related health problems. In entertainment news now, there's a new preview out for a much-anticipated holiday-themed comedy sequel. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
How much did this cost? Can you put a price tag on wonder?
I actually just wanted to enjoy Christmas this year.
You're a mom. Moms don't enjoy, they give joy.
She's gonna keep treating you like this until you fight her. Physically, I don't want you to meet my mom.
The bad moms are back, and their mothers are in town to make the holidays truly special in A Bad Mom's Christmas. The follow-up to last year's hit comedy reaches theaters November 3rd. Hollywood hyphenate John Krasinski is keeping his next film in the family. Krasinski and his wife, Emily Blunt, are starring in Paramount's A Quiet Place, which has just begun filming. Krasinski is also directing the movie and wrote the screenplay. It's due out next April.
I felt it was important.
Donald Sutherland is getting an honorary Oscar. The veteran actor is among this year's recipients of the Motion Picture Academy's Governor's Awards. He'll be honored at a Hollywood gala November 11th, 50 years after his breakthrough role in The Dirty Dozen. Now that's a career arc. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Still ahead, we'll update your top headlines and a wild wrestling match in a family's backyard, all caught on camera. We'll tell you why this bear cub is going viral this morning.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599. 800-570-7599.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Welcome back. Here's a live look outside of Sarasota County's Emergency Operations Center, where county officials are getting set for emergency procedures this weekend ahead of Irma. 6:54 this morning. Thanks for joining us. Here are some of the top stories on the Suncoast today. Floridians are attempting to evacuate, hoping to outrun a possible landfall from Hurricane Irma, despite northbound traffic on I-75 proving very slow throughout the day yesterday. Plus, local blood banks are also in need of donations. Suncoast Blood Bank says it needs at least 300 donors to give blood before it ceases collections tomorrow. And despite shortages of sandbags starting today, more should be readily available. throughout the Suncoast. Taking a look at our final first alert traffic this morning, it looks like there is some congestion throughout Manatee County, heading northbound, heading eastbound, westbound, and southbound, so keep that in mind. Also in Sarasota County, some slowdowns on Bee Ridge, Fruitville, and Clark Road, and in South County, some slowdowns on Business 41. John?
A couple of nice days, of course, for the weather to complete preparations. Then we're going to continue watching over the weekend what happens with the northern track of Irma. People have been asking me, what about the other storms out there? Here's a brief look at them. We do have Jose that is posing no threat to the United States, and then we have Katia, which will probably sink southward into Mexico. It is Irma that we're most concerned about. As far as storm surge go, and people ask about that, that'll come out 48 hours before landfall.
All right, finally this morning, a wild wrestling match in a California backyard, all caught on camera. Take a look. It's a baby bear against a flamingo floaty. The homeowners filming the cute chaos over the weekend before posting it on social media. The cub quickly attacked the pink inflatable, but the flamingo seemed to win the first round, with mom suddenly coming to the rescue. Ready for round two, the baby bear took another bite. The battle went on as the family watched in wonder. Certainly a nice little story for this morning as we track Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, it's a nice little break. There. I'm not sure I would trust sliding glass doors against a big old bear.
Big old bear, I know.
Two big old bears. Anyway, stay safe. We'll keep updating you on the storm, Facebook Live, on our websites, on our Facebook pages, etc.
Yep. Stick around. Good Morning America's coming up next.